There we go. But back and running is the point. Okay, so where did we get to? We've just done, excuse me. We've just done yet another infinite type research. So, I guess I could pop some of them on. That starts to use blue science, doesn't it? Shall we do uranium mining? I mean, none of this stuff requires me to build anything extra. Should I do power armor, maybe? Oh, it gives us shield Mark II and battery Mark II, which is always useful. Just don't want to get too far ahead of it, really. Let's just leave it at that then. So, yes, so are we doing angles and stuff like that? Because what I mean by, because we could have, I don't know how it would work. The problem is I don't know how it would work in a sense. Because what we would need to do, you know, these are the connection. If we say that this is our grid, basically, that's the wrong one, isn't it? So this is our grid, you see. And what I'm basically talking about is that, you know, if I was doing a diagonal piece, oops, only not janky and messy and horrible like that, then where would it run? Because it wouldn't go through the middle, because the connection points are not lined up. So what we would need is like a piece that connects to a diagonal in the middle sort of thing. So it goes in and goes, you know, here's a diagonal. Now you're doing a diagonal. Is that any use in this scenario? I don't think it is really. So I'm just going to do a big monolithic, you know, straight rails to the ends of the world. Then going round diagonals is just sort of defeating the point in a sense. You know, you don't really see, I mean, apart from hexagon type city blocks, you know, you don't see hexagon things, do you? I do think I need a, you know, a corner though. Actually, let's get rid of them as well. Because I can well see the case for saying, right, we're coming down here and we want to go that way and we just want to turn the corner. And we don't want a junction. But what we do want is for it to be compatible with the junction. So if we pop that in other words, we don't want to have random signals, you know, that are in the way if we try and turn it into a T-junction. But we wouldn't want any of the straight bits coming out. We would just want these. It's going to be a really weird curve. It sort of doesn't make sense in a sense. It's like, you know, what we've ended up with rather than what it is. And I guess would I even have... I wouldn't be putting random roboports around the place, would I? Tidy it up. So it's going to be very, very weird curve. Tricky it comes with that, with the chain signals. Because if I turn them into regular signals... I mean, I guess we've got super force build now. But it's a it's a 111 train system, so you know, that's an awful long way for a 111 train to wait. I guess it creates clear gaps, doesn't it? I say, look at that that's a corner that I'm going to do. It's a very weird corner. And yeah, with roboports now being radared, and am I just going to connect everything? Because one of the reasons I put roboports on is that it becomes, you know, I can do it from anywhere. So I can be over here, and I can get the bots to build just more an extension, and then it becomes a whole. Everything is connected together logistically, which works in this because we're not going to have bots flying across where there's new settlements because it's a rail world, so they won't resettle. And, you know, we don't have to bother with gigantic defences and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, so I think we're okay if we change these to rail signals. They are weirdly positioned rail signals, aren't they? What it means is then I can just use Superforce build to replace those signals. The other option is that, you know, another thing to make it a bit more better throughput would be putting some in, say, there, for example. Because that wouldn't get in the way. If we put it in as a regular signal and it wasn't replaced with a chain, would it matter? I don't think it would. As in, if we put one here, where would be a good symmetrical place? So it goes like the strangely inset ones, then a single one, and then we place it. So it's the strangely inset ones, the single ones, and then we place it. So in other words, if I turn this into a T-junction now, because the trains are always going to be going up that way, aren't they? So the fact that that's a regular signal, it might matter in the sense that, you know, if we've got another T-junction here, but then this is the problem I was saying before, where we should really convert these to chain signals anyway. Because if a train was, say, you know, it could get to there, which that would be a chain, and it would say, right, I can go through. But then if it's getting to there, well, the problem would actually be that one, wouldn't it? Because that would prevent, you know. Say I'm a train coming straight across. This is a T-junction here. And I'm a train going, you know, other way. Oops. Straight across. Then another train that wants to go up, but can't go up because there's a blockage, could come in and sit at this signal, completely blocking the thing. But at the moment it's sort of irrelevant, because if it was doing that, you know, even if this was a chain signal, it would still be able to go to this junction unless I replace it with a chain. Because this is what I should really, I think what I really need to do, if I'm being proper about it, is that actually this T1, I need to have these. The trouble is, it's in the next segment, isn't it? That's the problem. Because what I'm saying is that basically, if a train's coming along, you know, here, then it can get to there, and if there is some other junction or what have you, that means that, so what would be a good example? If I did that, the train can come along here, other way, train can come along that way, so it's coming down there, and it can only get to there because this is blocked. So it goes across, and it can get to there and sit across this junction. So, you know, so it's coming down from there, and it goes chain, chain, and then it's a regular signal. So even if there's something blocking it here or what have you, it can get all the way to that junction and then completely block this. Because I'm doing 1, 1, 1, we're kind of alright with it not blocking back all the way back here. So, you know, other trains could go across like that. I think we'll just have to risk that, basically. That's just a risk. If I see that we get any blockages like that, or I end up creating weird double junctions like that, then I'll just have to put in a chain when it occurs to me, basically. Cool. Okay, so we'll ignore that problem, because ignoring problems is the best way to go. If I know anything, it's that ignoring problems is the best way to resolve problems. That's what being British is all about. So, I think we're happy that if we put in an extra signal there, it's not going to cause any additional problems. I mean, it caused problems, but they're problems we've already got. Cool. Is it rotationally okay? That's the other question. So if I do that and I rotate that around, yeah, it doesn't block itself. We could even end up with junctions like that. That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? We have one train's coming the other way and one train's going the other way and messing about. That'd be a pretty cool thing to have. Cool. Okay. Because that, we've got a straight piece, we've got, you know, we can just rotate that so that it goes down to there. We've got all of the possible combos done with that. We're not bothering with diagonals at all. I mean, that effectively is a diagonal, if you think about it. You know, we're sort of going across like that. Sort of, kind of ish. Cool. So I think we're sort of there in terms of the main rail pieces. So we need that, we need that, we need that to be 64, 64, 2, 2. I'm sure there's a better way of doing this, but yeah, so if we could end up with a junction like that. And I guess if we did want to do some madness where, you know, we didn't have a straight down, we could have, that would work, I think. I mean, it'd be clunky as hell, but it would kind of work. Yeah, cool, okay. So that then gives us our corner. The next part then is how the heckins we do stations. Because we've not got a lot of room here. Well, this is the thing. I guess this is a fundamental question I'm asking as to whether, am I going to do stackers and things like that? Am I going to go full on and do stations that are, we need stuff, please send a train? As in, you know, we're about to run out of material, send us a train, with only one requested, basically. So is that what the approach we're going to do? And am I going to try and make everything generic? Can I make everything generic? Is that how it works? Because what I could do, you see, would that work? I mean, it'd end up being quite big. Because what I'm sort of thinking is that I'm going to So we could do... So if we take all of that out again, basically. Because we could kind of use this as like the... This is where it becomes a station, if you see what I mean. So, you know, as a very simple example, you know, you could do a... Could it do one of them? I have taken out the power pole, haven't I? Which I'm using for corner reference. There you go. I don't think it could. Now it won't do that as a. You know, I can't connect those two together like that without doing mad, insane roundabouts. We're not doing roundabouts, by the way. I'm drawing the line there. But yeah, so this could, you know, as a very, very simple example, we could just have the station. We could even do a double drop. Oh, I can't even do that now, can I? Because the angle doesn't work. That's too far. Yeah, so I can't actually connect them like that. Can I? Oh no, I can if I do it longer, that's right. It just feels more realistic. But yeah, so basically the sort of basic version of this is that, you know, we can have the... Because we've got to keep these integrated, I think, the robot ports. But yeah, we go then, say, station there. You know, it's 111 train all the time. So we only have to have one design. Do that. Something like that, some variation of that. You know, I could move it up or down so that I could maybe get unloading on both sides. That's like the very simple version of a station. And then, and this is where it gets not good. The next station would have to be there. So if we're trying to drop off two materials, we've got them all, you know, that far apart, which is pretty horrible. In terms of space, but then it's a rail world. So how tight could we kind of get that? So if we move this to, we probably, because we do need to put some signals on, because this needs to be, and here we are talking about this would need to change to a chain. Would it? I say it depends on if I'm doing the full-on. Please send me a train. But then, please send me a train. You know, this could be. The please send me a train could be based on the contents of the thing, and it could be asking for it, and this could still be unloading, sort of thing, because it just needs so much. So, in other words, a train could be waiting behind, effectively. Depending on how much I sort of overlap those requests. So then the question is this a stacker as well? Is it that we stack to one, basically? So in other words, if this was here, so it's like that, in which case that would need to be a chain so that, you know, or would that need to be a chain? I don't think that would need to be a chain, would it? Because we wouldn't have two. Because what I'm basically saying, because, you know, I could tighten this up to the degree that, and I can't fit that in there anyway. The roboport's in the way. Okay, so that's not a problem. Cool, okay. So, is that as tight as we can get that? Yeah, it's more symmetrical like that, isn't it? Which would then be... I haven't gotten used to all of the bleepy bleeps and stuff it makes with when you're holding the signal in your hands. That still confuses me a bit. So if I... That's just... that's annoying, isn't it? Oh, no, that'll work, because that'll be... no, it wouldn't really, would it? Because we wouldn't be able to do 6 unloading there. Because you're in the way. What I'm actually wondering is maybe if I design these as being like 2 stations, basically, like offset, and then we can kind of just delete one for just a single station, and it gives me the option of expanding. I wonder if I could do something like that. So that's as close as I can get to the thing. So in other words, if I did sort of that and that... No, that didn't work, is it? Is that as close as you can get? That's annoying. How about... Another option would be to go... like that. Except... Oops. That curve's not going to work, is it? Or is it? No. So that's as close as that one could get there. And that's not enough room for a train. 111 train. But could we? Because if I did something like that, I'm basically just discovering that where I put the roboport is a real pain in the bum, because that doesn't allow me to do that curve. If we were to blend them together, we don't want that bit, do we? If we were to do that. Come on. There you go. No. Can we do round there? Which idiot designed this, eh? Because we then can't actually get multiple trains in. What else could we do? I mean, we could do it as a pass-through station. It rather defeats the point of me doing a 111 train system then. And I quite like 111 trains. Because we could have it be that. You know. What would it need to be? It would need to be something like that, maybe. But then that only lets me put one in. Oh, no, it doesn't. Well, it does and it doesn't. So if we had trains doing pass-through... That's it. You do some completely janky madness. Rail planner. We'll wait. Because I could then, you know... I'm going to connect multiple here, I think. Yeah. Could do these... This is the advantage of this angled system, in that you can actually like hit multiple things there. Of course you can't put signals on them or trains or anything, but you can put them in there. I mean, the other option, what I think I've come to the conclusion of is if we don't do the roboports in exactly the same way. You know, the roboport could be on that side, maybe. The Rogogo port. And then there's plenty of room to connect them. Is that as tight as we can do that? Yeah, I think it is. I don't really want it like that anyway, do I? To be honest with you. Because, how would I want to do it? If we do, say, so, if we did have a station with A trains on it, what time is it? 5:15. Okay. Then that's the best curve we can do anyway, isn't it? And they're not actually aligned, are they? So this would need to be... No, move that up. I don't know if anyone came back. Oh well. Good old technical difficulties, eh? So, because what I'm thinking... What am I thinking? Is effectively... Yeah, let's leave that one there. But like this is the tightest I can get any one station in this, I think. What's it look like if we kind of were thinking in terms of doubling it up or tripling it up? So if we did one there, so it's 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's there. We could do 1, 2. We couldn't do that one sort of technically because the power bar's in the way. I mean, how many am I going to want/need? Because what I really want is the depot. But that does look cool, doesn't it? And rule of cool is important. I mean, I could move this up and we could then have a... So if we had a chain signal there, does that give us a train buffer? Don't think it... not really. So we want to move it up one anyway, which we have room for. Like so. So we go there. Then we can fit a train in as kind of a buffer. So we'll be able to stack a train if we really needed to. Or do we go with having an actual buffer? Actual stacker? Because... how could we do that? If we went... no. Went like this. How many of those can we get in? Or even if we do... because here's the other thing, you get more angles to do stackers on. And that really hurt my head. Because you can do them at... why is that doing a weird jank? Is that because that's the... oh, that's a double, isn't it? So that would be the one at that angle. It's a bit confusing because we need to be able to have this like curving. Or do we? If I was to go like that, then could I do stackers there? This is some brain melted madness, isn't it? Dear me. So... what am I actually proposing for this? I guess it's like that, is it? Can't believe we've done another research. Another chunk of researches. So we'd have to mine up some uranium to get the next one. But otherwise we're still just in the buffs. As it were. Do I want to do... because the next one there involves gold. We'll then need to gold off the next one. That one, gold on that one, gold on that one, gold on that one, gold on that one. So we could do one round each of these and then we are out of researches. What we can do until we kind of put in a proper purple and gold science building thing. We could obviously do the power armor and that would give us a few more. But let's see where we get on those. Would a train... in fact, can we do signals on this? Or have I just created a mess? So if there were signals there, you know, leading up to eventually another, I think we couldn't actually fit 111 trains on this, could we? Or could we? No. I think that's too tight, isn't it? Certainly this doesn't work. Yeah. So this doesn't work as a stacker anyway. Like that anyway. What would be the best curve we could do there? Why am I bothering with stackers? Why am I bothering doing that? Does it matter? I think we need to have the capacity to have like one train pulling up and kind of waiting. But we had that, didn't we? I guess the question really is more around these guys. You know, how many stations do we want / could we handle? Do we need? That's like a more important question in a way. I don't think there's actually room to do what I would sort of maximally want to do with this anyway. So, what am I talking about? I'm saying that... I mean, what am I talking about? Is that a good question? So I'm saying that that's the train there. My signal is really tight for whether it works for it or not, isn't it? So I think this is all too tight anyway. I think the minimum thing that would work for having a train there... Voice is going again. Not sure it's not all the talking I've been doing this week. As I've been saying, I've been recording a whole load of like let's try videos, basically. Yeah, it's one further down, isn't it? Is where it works. Because it's been Steam Next Fest, and why are you not working? And I downloaded a bunch of the demos. And played them through this week. I have 4 of the videos edited. There's going to be 7, I think it is. 6, 7? I can't remember. In total. I'm probably going to start putting them out fairly soon. I need to do thumbnails and stuff. It's the main blocker at the moment. So this was that curve there. I quite like how janky this is, but also sort of like interesting looking, if you see what I mean. Is that like the tightest curve we could do? It is, isn't it? There'll be no other way around there. That's fine then. So if we copy that up, I don't suppose we can get the robobot in there, could we? No. Okay. So if that was there as well, we couldn't have it there and keep the robobot. Are we fussed about the robobot? I think these are too close together anyway. But yeah, so the point is that if we wanted to double unload or double load a train, then what we would be doing is putting in like the maximum one is going to be like that, and then we're going to want something happening here. And what we could end up doing, we've got all sorts of things we've unlocked. Because you could do... Oh no, it'd have to be blue, wouldn't it? Good, but that is the thing you can do. So basically, because it always outputs on the... Oh, gold. Right, isn't it? Because it outputs... Yeah, it always outputs on the... Oh, my brain is not working. I'm not doing a remembering properly. I don't have one at that angle. Yeah, it's like it always outputs on the same side, basically. So if it outputs on the right there, then it's on that side. And then it does on the right here. So it's on that side. So effectively you fill both sides of a belt if you do underground. Obviously you need blue ones to make it work. Because that's not far enough. But that would be our maximal, you know, output essentially, and it'd probably actually be stackers on there, but I haven't got enough. But then, as you can see, I can't have another one doing exactly the same thing here in order to do, and that's assuming, you know, there's no, you know, I've not given it any room to actually unload. Because if you wanted to do that, you need a, like, well, whatever you wanted to do, a 6-to-1 or whatever. Balancer. Which takes up an awful amount of room. Although we could actually put it there, I think. But I don't think that's what I want to do, really. If I did do that side, I would probably do it by doing something like that. So that it was a direct unload. But yeah, we will assume, I think... Oh, I took the garage out. We will assume that we're only going to unload on one side. And are we going to do anything like clever or fancy with unloading? Oh, ha! My headset's about to run out of juice. We're doing well with technical issues here. I thought I charged it up not long ago. Oh. Cool. Do something like that, you see, which is nice and simple. And then if we were doing that, then we would need it to be one up anyway. So we couldn't have trains this close. So they'd have to be that sort of closeness. So again, there. And there. Managed to double up the signal somehow. It's because I'm a genius. So, if you're then trying to connect to... What are you trying to connect to? So that would be one going in there. Why are you there? Why are you ambi-do there? So, do that. Would this one work? No. That one doesn't fit. Okay. Could make them both one up though, so we could have that like that. Because what would load look like? Load would be the other way around. I don't know why I took it all out. Because you get an extra thing. So if this was loading, we'd ideally want a splitter on it, really, of some description. But could I sneak it if I... not HV. I sneak it in there. Could we do something like that? No. other way around, isn't it? That's all. We want a 1 to 6, not a... Or maybe we'd end up maybe 2 to 6, something like that. Something like that. But yeah, 1 to 6 is more like that. We could hop it over in the case where we wanted that maximum thing, because that's, it doesn't reach with a red, but it will with a blue. And then we could whoop, loop it round. So in other words, if we ended up there, you know, and there's one coming out of here, we make that, wait, other way. So that would be there, wouldn't it? And then it worked, does it? Okay, you've got 1, 2, 3. Wait, oh no, because I've not done that properly. So it'd still have to be down 1, which is not great because it didn't fit. It didn't fit in there. Well, it fits like that, but so it doesn't add up. So it won't actually work like that. Because we've not got any way of, you know, if we've only got 1, 2, 3 slots there. Oh no, it could work, because we could do, so that could be those two. And then if we hop all of them, so this is like the maximum one. We're not actually going to probably do this anywhere, but let's just plan for it. So now we can get 6 belts in there, especially since we've got 3 slots there, so we could underground those across. So that will work in that way. You know, we could repeat that each time. We could also then, we couldn't. Thought we could get a robot in there, but we can't, can we? Right, signal there. Excuse me. What I'm actually wondering just now is that, because we could move this one down one, couldn't we? It could go in theory there. If, would it work with these? Yeah, that would work. And that would work. If I basically flip these around, so if this was actually like that, so that's always there. I think we could actually get it tight. I mean, we can actually put it there, couldn't we? If we were not bothering with the other ones. It's just what I'm thinking is maybe having a 1, 2 and like a 4 version effectively. Or something like that. So there's one where it's just 1 station, one where it's 2, and then one where it's 4 maybe? Because I kind of think about this more in terms of, I think the pickup is just going to be 1 each time in reality. Maybe if we have some big smelting place. I think, in reality, we probably end up with just, 1 drop off, 2 drop off, and then 4 drop off. Because the only exception to that would be like something like the silo, which would need, 6 ingredients or something. But everything else is pretty much limited to 4, isn't it? It's not. Nothing gets really higher than 4. And most of it is 3. So there you go. Batteries is... Oh, robot frames is 4. See, I'm sneakily thinking about doing like a quotes mega base, like, 4,000 or something scale. Just to then really be able to test how the rail works. Yeah, I quite like that idea. And what I'm then sort of thinking is that we can effectively have them back to back, the actual stations. So, it's there because one unloads on one side and one on the other. And this is like very much if we've really got to do an extra station, we're putting it in there type of thing. And the same at the top here, basically. So this then... These ones here... I put as far up... Well, I can't put as far up as I can, because I need the belts, really, to be within the... Let's call it the block. So actually, I think I've just deleted them, but actually that's where they need to go. And then so we can have the roboport there. Where is it in the original? Was it on the inside? No, it's on the outside. So effectively I've moved both of those inside. It's not too nice, but there we go. Yeah, and then this gives us room here, to do a good couple of outputs each, maybe. So if it was like, that needs to be the other way, isn't it? This type of thing, combining together, or whatever. Okay. That'll do, I think. That's fine. Did I make stack inserters up? Because I don't have requesters yet, so I don't think I've automated them, have I? But that's missing off the list. So what are we then talking about with these? I guess all we really need is a chain signal there. And I guess we should feed back a chain signal there. Okay, we put ones in there. Don't think we need to bother on the last one, but it doesn't like us not doing it. And then if you're... I think, oops. There. Ah, you're becoming determined, have you? Why is that? Cannot divide segments again. Because I'd need one there. Problem with this is when you do this sort of mix them together, it starts to not understand what direction the trains are going in. I bet this gets fixed. If I put that in? No. What bit can't you divide then? Maybe it's a case of that just needs to be... I can't put one in there. Yeah, it starts to not understand what it means in terms of... Because I put that on the right there, but that's not actually... A train would never be going in that direction. So I don't think I can have that signal. That's fine. It means they won't leave until it's completely clear in this segment. You see, because it's like, oh, well, a train could come up here, but no, a train will never be coming up there along that bit, or that bit, or that bit. Oh, it's telling me to recharge my headset again. Might lose my audio. There's only 10 minutes or so left, isn't it? Can't see my clock. 10 to 6. Cool. Okay, so... Let me pick that up. So basic point is we're not doing any kind of stacking. We're not bothering that. I guess the other thing we could do is do it the other way. How would that work? So I think I need to blueprint this first, and also need to mess about with, because I put stuff there. The next part, which I thought we might get to do today, but we're clearly not going to, is the well, we need to connect this to power, don't we? Because they're not. I'm not going to have those corners eventually. So let's get rid of all of them. The idea would be, I think, that, say, there's a 1 station version, which is just this bit here. There's a 2er, which is the middle, the second one there. And then I could have like 3 and 4, but I'll just do 4, I think. I say that, I mean, if there are a lot where it's dropping off 3, it might be worth having the 3er version. But yeah, these power poles are not going to be here, but then these are not connected to them anyway, so I think we do that. And also maybe this is the only one with a radar on it. Get rid of those boxes. Do I want them on both sides, or... Yeah, let's light it up like a Christmas tree. So those are all not going to be there. Do we have roboport coverage? So if I wanted to drop something off with, you know, or pick up something with roboports, we are also properly covered. You know, if these were all requester chests, I can't build them. They would be covered by roboports. So that's good. And then if we just call this station. But I believe we can put in like some kind of signal thing here. Can we? No, we can't. Oh, we can use the parameters. Here we go. So, item parameter, special wildcard signal. When used in schedule interrupt, it will match the first item that passes all wait conditions and replace the signal with that item. Match the first item that passes all wait conditions. Place the signal with that item. This also replaces the rich text tag in the target stop name. So when using a scheduler, it matches the first signal that passes all wait conditions. Oh, why have you put it on the end? Let's just do it like that. Would I want anything else? I could put like defenses on it. Not a fan of that. Yeah, so the next steps with this are obviously getting it to do the smarts, basically. You know, can we hook this up and get it to tell it what item this is, and, you know, dynamically set the requests and all of that sort of thing. Because one of the things I would quite like to mess about with is the fact that you can now feed red and green signals into here. So if I send, have I got a combination? There we go, trans. So if I just send boop de boop, and we go, so I don't know how I'm going to do this, and this is what we need to work out. If we go, say we want, say it's a smelting, copper smelting, and it's saying, please send me, you know, 8,000 copper smeltings. There's no power, so it's not actually going to do it. So you just hook that up. So what we should be able to do is, if we do a radar here, we take a red signal out, 8,000 copper smeltings. I don't know how we tie that up with the stations in particular. I think it'd be the other way round, really, wouldn't it? Maybe? I don't know. I'd say this is what I need to really work out, is the... So this is hooked, you know, this is hooked up to a bunch of boxes here. They've all got, you know, copper ore in. And then we send it into a, you know, a radar. So if I then put, you know, yellow belts in, yellow belt signal goes out and can be picked up there. And I would quite like to mess about that, but I don't really know what the design looks like for that, or how it works, or conceptually how I want to do it. You know, is it a push thing? Is it a pull thing? Yeah, so what we will do is we will blueprint this. So this is our super generic train station blueprint. Is there anything missing from that? Because we can also put, you know, liquids on it. We can put anything we want to, really. It can be a pickup station. It can be a drop-off station. It's not impacted by any of that in any way. I might be able to get an extra signal in. No, I'm not going to bother with that. I forgot to... Actually, if we do that... I forgot to do the snap to grid. So we do 62... No, 64. 64, 64, 2. No, that's not a 2, is it? 2, 2, 32, 2. Save. So this is our generic station. If we flip it around, we can have it attached to any one of our inputs, because any one of our inputs is going to do that, say. And then we would have that connected to it there. But there is the question then, because that's forcing me to drop them off on the right. If I wanted to drop it off on the left, I would need the flip of this, basically. And I can't just flip it because of signals. Yeah, I think it's the best I can do in terms of I couldn't have... I mean, it might actually work, but... Thinking about it. So if that was like that, you see, and we had the connection here, I think all of these could actually connect to this. So that would be then, say... Oops, in fact that's a straight line. And then if they did connect to that as well. I think that one's a bit messy, isn't it? And that one doesn't appear to have... What's actually happened there? This is getting into that, all those... Oh, I know it. It's trying to avoid the signals. That's one of the problems. So we could actually have like a vertical version of this. Without this weird curvage. And in fact, I don't... Would that not work better? Because I could then potentially even have 6. In fact, could have 8 even, I think. I think that's better, isn't it? So we've done all that, and actually, just top to bottom is just going to work better. And if we need to unload it on the side or whatever, we just, you know, move the junction over and what have you. Wow, all that work. And actually, it's just going to work better like that. So, I guess the question would still remain, though, about having the space. But, so if we kind of moved this over, how would that work? So... 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the moment that gives us 6 lanes. So we weren't as fast, and we did 4. So if we did that, and then like, I don't know, how do I get that? So I would need to put, because that needs, in fact I didn't get that needs to be there, doesn't it? So if we then had, say, 1, 2, 3, 4, Didn't quite work because that's a line, not a line there. Don't need to be there. That didn't work. And if I did move this, say, what would it need to move over? It need to move over, well, 1, but I can't do 1. I can only do 2. Let's let the bots all sort that out. But I have a feeling, actually, that just going up straight into it is going to work better. Maybe I just don't... I don't know why I'm trying to fit in like ridiculous numbers. How about we just go a bit simpler? And I say, right, well, we'll make that there. And then... because that's as close as I could get. In fact, would it be better with the original... keep saying that. Scares the pants off me every time. So that was there. Then we can have a train station there. And that would allow plenty of room. It's gone past 6. Should have 4 there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Or 4. So if you just line them up as, because that's too close. If because what I'm basically realising is that if we have these just simply be on the opposite side, then these all just connect. No problems. You know, we'll end up with something a little bit janky, but the other one was pretty janky as well. I'm not proposing to get rid of the other one. Just that, say, because I think we're going to end up crossing them a little bit weirdly. Like that's backwards essentially. You know, that's the in, and it's on the inside of the one going out. Just because the angles don't quite work. Yeah. I guess that may be a little less visually janky. Oh! All my bots have sucked up all my power. Yeah, and then that goes there, you see. And that goes there. I think his basic point is that there's no problem connecting kind of to almost any of these positions. Woo. But yeah, I'm not proposing to get rid of that. I quite like the idea of having one that is, you know, you drop it off here and then it outputs here. I think having one that you drop off here and outputs there is also going to be fairly useful. So I got 2 options. And I think this one could probably have more stations in it. Possibly up to 6, maybe. Interesting. So, yes, we'll pick up this next week. We are continuing on with the schedule of Factorio, not Space Age. I'm calling, I think, Hello to version 2, something like that. Where we are playing through, and I'm kind of trying. I mean, we didn't do any of the parameterization here, but you know what I'm trying to get to is just a set of stations that you can plop in however many you want, sort of thing, and then it works out what they are and based on what materials in the box is and what's actually needed and all of that type of system, just so that I understand how it all works and how to use it and how to do it. So that's what we're trying to get to. We obviously are still stuck on building, not stuck, but still messing about with the fundamental blueprints. I'm happy now that I'll have to have a proper think about it, but that I've got, the straight rail, the T-junction, the crossing, the corner, and I think that's all I need for a chunk aligned, set of blueprints that I can just slap down anywhere that I need trains to go. With Superforce build, I don't have to mess about with putting in landfill myself. It'll all just, sort itself out. So I don't have to do versions with landfill on or anything like that. So I'm happy on all that front. So that was a big tick in the box. I'm happy with the layout of that station we did today. Obviously, I need to do a flipped version. I need to do, the version with 1, 2, 3, 4 stations in it to do. But then I've just realised we can also do one, rather than it do a 90 degree, but that it's a vertical drop off. So we'll design that next time as well. In fact, I'll be honest, I might mess about with that. It's quite fun doing those sort of things. What we will pick up then is the proper parameterization of it and seeing if I can understand that essentially and get that to work in some degree. I'm sure I will make a mess of it and I'll have to refine it as I go. But yeah, that will be the next proper step. Once we've got that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically build a set of trains on the other side of the base. So we've got a set of trains bringing in materials so that our, make everything area can work. We need another set of trains that bring material in for our science, just because that's how I've decided to do it. Whether I then take that further and we go full on mega basey type of thing with vanilla, I don't know. I've only ever done that once before, so it'd be nice to do another one that's a bit less ambitious. So yes, so that's the big plan with Factorio, but it will return next week because tomorrow we are playing Satisfactory again. I am looking to build, I believe, I haven't touched it since last time, but I believe we are building so it's the next tier of the space elevator, which is tier 2, I think, of a space elevator, and it's the third of the wiring one of the space elevator components. I did do the maths on what I was doing. It's going to take a while. We might not actually finish. The other 2 are chugging away. We only need to make 100 of the wire one. So, we probably will get that done in that stream. But I'm not sure that it's not going to take another 4 hours or so. I did leave it running, like I said, and went and had me dinner. But I looked at the time it had taken and I think it's going to be longer than the stream. So we probably won't do. I think my headphones have given out. Oh yeah, there we go. I think we won't actually finish the space elevator part tomorrow. Maybe I'll just keep going until we do. But yeah, it'll be literally the next stream if we do. What I will do while I'm waiting for it to do is I'll go and explore because I've not really been out and about and seen the I don't think they really changed the map as such, but whatever they've done with the map, and also see where we need to go and build next. And we'll probably start doing satellite factories after we've got the second elevator and we've got the next lot of research on the go. So that will be tomorrow. That will be same time starting, 3 p.m. GMT, going for 3 hours again. I'm pretty convinced that I'm going to switch my schedule to 4 till 7. That will not happen until after my birthday. So basically, mid-May, something around there, we will be switching to probably 4 till 7 schedule, just because it seems like that's probably going to work a bit better. If it didn't, I'll just go back to 3 till 6. But yeah, we're still planning the 2 streams at the weekend, and Factorio and Satisfactory. Until we get bored or I want to do something else. If you are new to me, if you're not seen any of my stuff before, I do stream to both Twitch and YouTube. So, if you're watching YouTube and you prefer Twitch or vice versa, you have those options. Basically, because I use the Restream, so you can find me on both of those. My YouTube channel as well has all the VODs archived for. I'm interested to see what happens with this VOD, but all the VODs archived for the all the series I've done, and that's loads and loads of Factorio, including the Space Age playthrough, which I finished sort of just after Christmas. But also, my first Megabase run, a no spoon attempt, and all of those series that I've done, Bobs and Angels and all that sort of stuff, as well as series of my first aborted attempt at Satisfactory, but then we've got Tectonica and Dyson Sphere Program, both of which I do want to go back to eventually and give another go. What else have we got? Oh yes, and a whole archive of videos I've done. There will be more videos going live this week. It's a bit random though. It's a bunch of let's tries of games I've played during the Steam Next Fest. So that's some stuff. But next Factorio video will be coming soon, and will probably be a bigger one. I'm sort of prioritising after the request from my moderator at Ultimate Play, so to do a space platform video. I'm going to do something on that. It'll probably end up being several videos before I've really covered that topic, because it's a huge topic. But yeah, that'll probably be the next proper Factorio video. And then if you want to follow me on socials, we've got Blue Sky, Twitter and Discord. Not massively active on any socials, but I do post when I'm going live if you want that as a notification. So there we go. That's all of my stuff. I don't know why I'm so far punted to the left. I guess I am sat a bit off, but that seems to have gone a bit wonky. Let's make that a bit bigger. There we go. Cool. So all it remains to say is, if you have been watching and you stuck with me through the technical issues, then I hope you've enjoyed it and you might consider coming back for another one. I've been Trismegistus. This has been Factorio. Thanks for watching. Cheers.